Alright everyone, I've noticed a little bit of an issue that sometimes there's a delay when the wizard should be defeated, should disappear into his hat. And I don't like it, but I'm just going to patch it up real quick. So let me show you what I mean. Whoa. So there's a little gap there between him actually taking the final damage and him actually collapsing into the hat. And during that time, the knight kind of went off in his little celebration. So the problem is that the place where we check for death is in the wizard's main action loop, which is called check for events. And in that action loop, there is this command here, which is called wait, but update light. And we inserted that in quite recently. But the problem is that because there is this wait here, this loop doesn't move smoothly. It kind of comes around and then stops, and then comes around and then stops, and then comes around and then stops. And if in that time the wizard takes lethal damage, if the wizard is defeated, you still have to wait for this to complete before it will come down here and then check for the end of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this test out of there, throw it away, and we're going to do something entirely different. We're going to use broadcasting to introduce a parallel process that goes on at the same time as the other stuff. So when I receive start game, let's add a broadcast. And so the point of this broadcast isn't to communicate with other sprites, it's actually to send a message to itself. But that message will start up a parallel thread of activity, which means a thread of activity that is going on at the same time as everything else. It's going on in the background. That's what parallel means in this context in computer programming. It means going on at the same time. So broadcast, new message, and call it check for endgame. And then when I receive check for endgame, which will happen only once at the beginning of the game, repeat until the end of the game. So not game equals not over. I apologize for the double not. I wish I called this in progress, but I'm not going to go back and change it now. So it's not the case that the game is in progress. That's when you can stop. But otherwise, I want you to keep doing this. I want you to keep checking for the end of the game. Now, if we look down at end game, what happens? Well, it asks, hey, is your health less than 1? If it is, and provided the game isn't already over, so I don't want to do this twice, then set controls off so you can't control the wizard anymore, he's paralyzed, set the game to over, start the vanish sound, do the vanish animation, and then tell all the other sprites that the game is over. I'm just going to add one thing to that. I normally don't like to use this, but I think it will be safe in this case. Stop other scripts in this sprite. So what this is going to do is going to make sure that you get a dead stop, that other things don't carry on. He doesn't die and then say ouch. Everything else that's in progress is just going to stop. Okay, let's try that out. Whoa. Okay, that was very responsive. He died instantly. Of course, I'll test that a little bit more before I trust it, but I won't make you watch me, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for listening, and if you find this video useful, please hit like and subscribe.